Hello everyone, welcome one, welcome all, welcome back to my channel, the spiritual and occult space of the internet. And today I have an interesting topic to bring to the collective today on this fine Friday, a Venus day, known for love, beauty, fertility, romance, and physical intercourse. So I wanted to do another occult rant, occult wisdom rant, and piggyback off the energy of Wednesday about, certain entities that are not actually demons within the infernal realm. And what better entity to bring up on a Friday than the entity known as Inanna, Ishtar, Astarte / Isis / Astaroth, that entity, because she's associated with Venusian qualities such as, love, fertility, beauty, and more. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. As I stated, there are certain entities that are not really considered demons. They're not accepted into the infernal realm, and this entity, Inanna / Astarte / Ishtar / Isis / Astaroth, is not one of them. I see that people in the occult space prop this name up, this entity up, and try to, place her at the rank of like a demonic goddess, dark divine feminine energy, and all that stuff, but it's complete bogus, and I'm going to tell you why. Which this conversation was prompted by my friend, the Dark Oracle Sage, who I will link her channel in the description of this video, about how, this video was even, came about in the first place. So, a few, months, maybe even years ago, me and my friend were having this conversation about this particular entity, and about other entities that are not accepted into the dark forces. At the time I didn't know why, but I would quickly find out through reading through a few articles, that this entity is this certain entity is the reason a certain practice even exists today in the mortal realm. This practice that harms women and children, she is the reason why a very harmful practice even exists. And the practice, I will say, because the demons, they don't like to use this word. They don't even like to use this word. It's like the Voldemort of the demonic realm. They don't like this word. They hate to say this word. So I'm just gonna say, be on my George Lopez and say it rhymes with prostitution. Fill in the blank. So Inanna / Astarte / Ishtar / Isis / Astaroth created the practice of prostitution, because in ancient Sumeria, Mesopotamia, blah blah blah, she had temples, and within those temples were these cults dedicated to sexual activity. So within these temples, her followers, her female priestesses, would be tasked with having, intercourse with any of the male, clientele that come through the doors of Inanna's temple. Which, once the female priestesses would fulfill, their role, their act, they would get paid by the male clientele and give that money that they received from the male clients to the temple as offerings to Inanna / Ishtar / Astarte. Virtually being like Inanna, Ishtar, was basically being her female followers' pimp, basically. because that's what, yeah, I'm not supposed to say that. Uh, that's what prostitution basically does. Basically pimping out her female followers to, the male clientele, and, forcing them to give up their earnings to her in her temple. That is why this entity is not accepted into the dark forces, is because she created that practice, a practice that aids patriarchy, basically. Like Lilith, she's also an agent of patriarchy. And I know that there's some of you out there in the collective asking about, what do you mean? Like, isn't prostitution the oldest form, or oldest, profession in the world? And I will tell you that no, it's not. That would be agriculture. That would be hunting. The oldest profession would be agriculture or hunting. What prostitution is the oldest oppression. So I'll say it again. It is not the oldest, prostitution is not the oldest profession, it is the oldest oppression, because that is a form of, slavery towards women and children. Because from, that practice of basically pimping out, women and children, we end up getting this whole industry of, the human trafficking space that exists in the mortal plane today, that is, again, heavily looked down upon by the demons. So yeah, they don't fuck with it. They don't like it. They don't like the practice. Anyone trying to prop it up as a good thing, or prostitution as something empowering. No, it's not empowering. The demons don't like it. As I said in my Lilith video, the demons are a matriarchal culture. They are a matriarchal culture, and any crimes against women and children are not tolerated. There's a zero tolerance policy about it. So what humans in their society do is not the same as what the demons do. Demon culture is vastly different from the human culture that we have now, which is basically, run by patriarchy. Like, demons are the opposites. So yeah, because of those temples that basically pimp out her followers, that entity has made herself an enemy of the real demons and the real dark forces. Like Lilith, her reputation is tarnished. They don't mess with her. Like any dark witch, self-proclaimed dark witch, who claims to work with, dark goddesses or, dark divine feminine energy, like if you work with those entities, like you're looked down upon. They don't like you. You don't work with actual demons. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the case. You're not working with any reputable forces that the infernal realm recognizes. So if you care about working with actual demons, then you would have to drop those entities and run and never look back, because they are an enemy of women and children. They are an enemy. So if you're all about feminine empowerment and, on the path of satanic feminism, or you are drawn to, dark divine goddess energy, I would implore you to drop those entities, like stop working with them. Like basically, this is kind of my warning to all the dark witches who claim to be dark witches but work with Lilith and Inanna and all her iterations, because that entity tried to rebrand herself and give herself multiple names to try to infiltrate different societies and bring her practice, her harmful practice, into the human realm. Yeah, I would implore you to basically run away and drop all ties you have with those entities in question. Especially if you're a female, if you're a female like me and are interested in the occult and work with demons, like, what are you doing? Why are you working with them? Why are you working with those entities? Like, no reputable dark witch, no self-respecting dark witch would work with those entities because of their harmful reputation. And yeah, I think that's all I want to give to the collective today. The information I want to give to the collective today. If you like this video, you know what to do. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. So remember to hail Lucifer and to always be a light in the darkness. Bye.